everybody, so today we're going to be learning Chapter 6, Lesson 2. We're learning about numerical expressions. Okay, so we kind of learned about expressions in our inquiry lab, and today we're going to be building on that, as well as what we learned from Lesson 1, powers and exponents. Alright, so already in my notes, I have my main ideas in my notes, and I have written down numerical expressions. Okay, this should be review. We said expressions just means operations and numbers. Okay, it's a combination of operations and numbers. So I'm going to put combination of numbers and operations. All right, and we defined operations in the inquiry lab as plus, multiply, divide, subtract. Okay, so those are all of some of the operations that we do in an expression. Okay, so the next thing that we really need to discuss is order of operation. Order of operation is really important in simplifying expressions. Okay, so on your main ideas side, go ahead and write order of operations. Okay, and to define order of operations, it tells you which operation to perform first. Tells which operation to perform first. Now this is really important because when we're trying to simplify an expression and we need to know which operation to perform first so that everybody solves it the same way and we all find the same value for each expression. Okay, if I solve it one way and someone else solves it a different way, we're going to get two different values for the same expression. So that's why order of operations is really, really important. With order of operations is the phrase PEMDAS. So many of you probably know what this is. You've heard of it. We're going to list what it is over here. So PEMDAS. So I'll let you know why I put M/D and A/S. PEMDAS is just a phrase to try to remember what order we should write we should do our operations in an expression. Okay, I think it's called a mnemonic device. Okay, it's just a way to help us remember. So P stands for parentheses, and those look something like this. E stands for exponent, something we just learned in lesson 1. So that could look something like this, 2 to the 3rd power. That 3 is an exponent. Okay, M/D means multiply / divide. I said M/D because in a expression, if you see multiply and divide, it has the same order. Like you won't do multiplication over division. Okay, in 3rd period I gave the example when you're playing baseball and you tie, we always say tie goes to the runner. Well, you can think of multiplication and division, they tie each other. Okay, and when they tie each other, the tie will go to whatever term is farthest to the left. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So multiply and divide times division sign, and then addition and subtraction. Okay, in addition and subtraction, it's the same thing as multiplication and division. You wouldn't put addition above subtraction or subtraction above addition in the order of operations. Okay, so they tie as well. So let's say I have the expression 20 divided by 4 plus 17 times 3. Okay, so let's talk about what I was talking about with multiplication and division. Well, first, when we're looking at this, there are no parentheses, okay? So we're going to skip that and go to exponent. We don't see any exponents here, so our next step is to look for multiplication or division. I do see division and I do see multiplication, but I'm at a crossroad. Which term do I simplify first, right? Which value do I try to get first? You will always read, just like you read in a book, left to right. You're going to perform these from left to right. So I'm going to do what's on the left side first. In this case, it's 20 divided by 4, so I'm going to do this first. (20 divided by 4 is 5. And then I'm just going to copy down what I'm writing here, plus 17 times 3. So I always have to bring down what I have left over. I'm going to do 20 divided by 4 to get 5, but then I need to bring down everything else. Okay? Do not try doing it without showing all your work and going through the process. So then I'm going to multiply. Okay, I did the division. I'm still on the multiplication step. So 5 plus 17 times 3. 17 times 3 is going to be 51. And I bring this plus sign down. I bring this 5 down. So now I'm going to do 5 plus 1, which is 56. That's my answer. Okay, so in PEMDAS, if you see parentheses, order of operations, we are always going to do what's in the parentheses first. Okay, always do what's in the parentheses first. Next are exponents. You will perform, simplify an exponent before you go on to multiplication or division. Next is multiplication and division, just like we see here. So I ignored this addition sign and I did multiplication division first. Then the last step is addition and subtraction. So the last thing I had to do was add those two numbers together. One more example I want to show with parentheses. Okay, this is going to be from number 9 in your textbook. Number 9 on page 445. And real quick, we're going to put a note here with parentheses. Simplified first. Okay. And then also, quick note, we're going to put simplify left to right. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is simplify this problem here. 9 plus 4 cubed times 20 minus 8 divided by 2 plus 6. So in here I'm going to look at my order of operations. So my order of operations tells me that I need to do what's in the parentheses first. So that's going to be this. I'm always going to do what's in the parentheses first. I'm going to bring everything down, 9 plus 4 cubed times this, which is going to be 20 minus 8 is 12, divided by 2 plus 6. Now that there's no more operations left in the parentheses, I can move on. I don't even need to write these parentheses anymore, and I can move on to the next order of operations, which is dealing with exponents. So I have an exponent right here. 4 cubed would be 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. So 9 plus 64 times 12, I'm leaving out the parentheses, divided by 2 plus 6. I now need to do multiplication and division left to right. I'm going to perform this first.